Hi everyone, welcome back to yoga here at the Sika Senior Activity Center, and namaste. All right, as we get started, we have Jerry here, Richard here, and Carrie. And those of us that join us online, welcome. We are going to be moving through the third eye chakra today. So just remembering, I could show you real quick, from the back of your skull right there, where the indent or occipital is, the occipital protuberance and that indent right underneath. And then you're going to bring the finger to between the brows here. And if you go right there and make a direct line, right in the center of the mind is our pineal gland. So it's right between those 2 points. So we're going to start off today with a little bit of Nadi Shodhana breath, which is just our alternative or alternate nostril breath. So we'll start off with that. Get nice and comfortable sitting in your seat. I like to be feet hip width distance apart, feet are flat on the ground, toes are pointed forward, my knees stack above my ankles and my knees are in line with my hips here. So I'm really comfortable sitting. I'm gonna bring my index and middle finger to the center of my brows. Now to you, it may look like my left hand. Try to use your right hand as we're gonna start off with inhaling through the left nostril. So what this looks like is right thumb plugs the right nostril. You're gonna inhale through the left. Pause at the top, release that end or ring finger moves to the left nostril, exhale out the right. And we'll continue this breath. Inhale right, switch, exhale left. Inhale left, switch, exhale right. Inhale right, switch, exhale left. Inhale left, switch, exhale right. Inhale right, switch, exhale left. Inhale left, switch, exhale right. Inhale right, switch, exhale left. From here, you're going to do it on your own for 4 more breaths. Last one for me. Now, as I've done that last one, I'm going to keep my right nostril closed and 4 breaths out of the left nostril. I'm moving into my last breath. And exhale. Now from that was the lunar cycle here for us. So you might feel very calm. I'm going to scoot a little bit back just so you have a bigger picture here. I see I have a red dot already there. Anyways, let's move right on to our mantra and our mudra. So what this looks like is palms coming together. Middle fingers are going to touch. All the other fingers soften and let them bend downward. What it looks like is this. You can bring the thumb pieces together. The second knuckle of the index fingers, I'm going to now move it to the other side. And now you'll see that the second knuckles of my ring and pinkies are also coming together. May take a little bit of skill here for a moment. And once you have that, it should look like a heart with a crown over it. We are going to keep the middle fingers pointed upward. I'm going to bring it to a comfortable space, and that for me is just above the chest, but not quite to the throat. That way I can relax my shoulders, I can relax my elbows. I'm going to stay nice and seated tall. We're going to tilt the chin slightly down, and we're going to breathe in and out of the nose. As we breathe in and out of the nose, we're looking to visualize bringing that air in through the third eye space. Now, as we get centered into the third eye space here, we're taking deep breaths. And bringing in our silent mantra. As I release the need to control, my life flows effortlessly. As I release my need to control, my life flows effortlessly. As I release my need to control, my life flows effortlessly. Let's find one more centering breath within the third eye space. And exhale, soften and release our mudra, our mantra. I am going to scoot back here. All right. So let's just start off right away with bringing our stability ball. Maybe it's a pillow for us at home, a cushion, a rolled up mat, a towel. Anything that you can bring in about an inch or two above your knee so that the inner thighs are contracting. So something that is soft enough to contract into and then release down from knees to ankles, toes pointing forward. Let's go ahead and start off with hanging onto the kneecaps, lengthening through the back, relaxing the shoulders, and just lifting up to the balls of the feet. So lifting the heels as we inhale. As we exhale, release back down. This time as we inhale, we're just lifting all 10 toes. As we exhale, we're releasing back 10 toes to the ground. Inhale, let's lift the heels. Maybe we lift to the balls of the feet. Maybe we lift to the tips of the toes. Let's exhale, slowly release back down. This time, lift 10 toes, then lift the balls of the feet and see if we could come to the point of the heels. Then exhale, release that. We're gonna inhale, heels up. You decide how far you take it, whether tips of toes or balls of the feet. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, we're taking those toes as close as we can to the shins, lifting up. We're gonna do this one more time. Exhale down, inhale, lift heels. Exhale, release. Inhale, rocking back to the heels as we lift the front part of the feet. And exhale, release. Let's take our arms out to the side, around and up as we inhale. And as we exhale, bring it down to the center of the chest. Let's interlace our fingers here, but leave the index finger extended. So I'm gonna cross my thumbs as well. My index fingers are extended, my palms are together, keeping grounded at the feet. Let's inhale, let's follow those fingers upward, looking up, stretching up. And then exhale, simply bring it back down to the heart space. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhale, take it up. See if we can bring the gaze up. And exhale, bring it back down to the heart space. Inhale, taking it up. And exhale, bringing it back down. One more time. Inhale, take it up. And exhale all the way back down to the heart space. From there, let's go ahead, release palms facing up this time, comfortably on the lap. Sit tall, relax shoulders and elbows. As you do that, let's take a head, ear over to the shoulder here. Take another breath. And then let's inhale, shrug the shoulders up this time. Bring it to center. And then exhale, start to relax and release the shoulders, allowing the head to move to the other side. Completely relax the shoulders. Your gaze is still forward. You're just leaning to that side. Taking deep breaths. And on the next one, we're squeezing the shoulders up again to raise our head to neutral. And then release ear towards the shoulder. This time we're going to take it breath by breath. So inhale, let's take it up. And exhale, release, relax shoulders, head to side. Inhale, squeeze it up. And exhale, relax to the other side. Last set. Inhale up. And exhale, release. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, just release and center here. Now as we release, let's interlace the fingers, bring it behind the head, open wide with elbows, letting shoulders relax. We feel nice and grounded in the lower torso. Our feet are pressing down. Let's find an inhale where we expand through the chest, where we lift our gaze. And we feel that expansion in space. And then exhale, we're taking chin into chest, letting elbows come forward and down, letting the shoulders relax. Let's inhale, find that expansion breath again. And exhale, the releasing breath. 2 more times. Inhale, extend and expand. And exhale, relaxing down. Last one, inhale, expand. And exhale, releasing. Release the hands all the way down to the lap. We're gonna go ahead and just move that block ball or whatever you had to your side for now. And while we're still forward sitting, grounded, let's grab a hold of our kneecaps. We're gonna move through our cat-cow. Today, instead of just regular cat-cow, we're gonna come into elephant. So that just means your cow turns into an elephant. So when you come forward to arch, you're gonna let the knees be open. You're gonna let the lateral sides of the feet be your support as you expand and extend through the spine, the trunk of the body. And then as you take it back to groundedness, we're extending back into our cat, fully exhaling chin into chest. Let's inhale to our elephant pose. And exhale to our cat pose. 3 more times. Inhale. Allow your body to expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale. And exhale. Let's find our last one here. Inhale, expand. And exhale, take it back to contraction. Inhale, let's root to rise. Keep the feet planted. Lift all the way up and over. Maybe bring the gaze up. Shrug the shoulders up as you bring the gaze between the hands. Let's exhale, palms come together. And as they come together, you're gonna bring thumbs planting right into the third eye space. You should still build a C underneath your hands. Let the shoulders relax. Let the elbows just be slightly out. So from here, you're staying grounded in the feet. You're gonna inhale, widen and open those elbows, bring the gaze up, and then you're gonna exhale. You're gonna release those elbows all the way down. Let the chin come down towards the chest. Inhale, we have 3 more. Expanding upward and outward. And exhale, bringing it back in, center. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. This time as we inhale, open up, expand, look up, open those arms, hands, try to draw back. So now we're hinging those elbows, then bring the gaze forward as you continue with those elbows like we're coming into a moonflower, but we're turning the palms up, pulling elbows in. From that point, let's go ahead and inhale, sweep it all the way up, touch the fingers again, and exhale. We're gonna do the same thing. So hands are looking towards us, we're hinging at the elbows and we're pulling those elbows in like we would our moonflower, but our palms are facing upward as we extend our thumbs back. Again, let's go ahead and bring it up. Inhale and exhale, just like a flower. So think of a flower opening here, elbows pull into the rib cage, palms expand. Inhale, we have 2 more, looking up. And exhale, opening that flower, bringing the elbows into the rib cage, extending through palms. Last one, inhale and exhale. From there, you're going to release those palms all the way down. All right, let's go ahead and grab that ball or block again. We're gonna do some more, and we want to contract our legs. Go ahead and grab that spiky ball, or if you have at home a pinky ball, a tennis ball, maybe today at home you just have a paper or foam plate. That also works, because if it falls or falls on you, it won't hurt you. So grab your ball or object into the hand, and you're just gonna relax here. We're gonna use our eyes today. So you're gonna look down to that hand, and then as you inhale, both arms are doing the same thing. You're lifting up simultaneously, but you're following the object. As you give it off to the opposite hand, you're gonna follow that object, and exhale, you're gonna bring those arms all the way back down to our sides. Inhale, let's bring it all the way back up. You're following that object. Switch off, exhale, bring it all the way back down. So we'll call that 1. We have 3 more. Inhale, lifting up. Switch, exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lifting up. Switch, exhale, bring it down. That's 2. We have 2 more. Inhale, bring it up. Switch, exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Switch, exhale, bring it down. We only have 1 more full round here. Inhale, following the object upward through the hands. Exhale, following the object downward, all the way to our side. Inhale, this is our last one. Switch hands, exhale, bring it all the way back down. Go ahead and keep that ball here, but we are going to release this one. Now, as you release that one, you are sitting hip width distance apart. You have the ball in one hand. Take the opposite leg and just extend, keep the foot on the ground. For that, let's go ahead and bring the ball forward. So one knee is bent in alignment, the other leg all the way down. We're gonna do this 2 times here. So relax the shoulders. You're going to follow the object again. In my case, it's the ball. Let's inhale, open as wide as we can. Both arms do the same thing, but we follow the ball. And exhale, bring it back. As you come to center, switching hands, inhale, open wide. Exhale, bring it back. Switch hands, inhale, open wide. Exhale, bring it back. Switch hands. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, bring it back. And this is our last one for this side. Switch hands. Inhale, open wide. And exhale, you're just bringing it back to center. Now, as we have center, go ahead and clasp around the ball. You can just lightly clasp. Let's bring that foot back. And in fact, that same side leg, let's just extend a little bit out and just roll through the ankle here. And as we roll through the ankle one direction, let's move the opposite direction. And then release that one so that it's knee-ankle alignment. Let's take the opposite foot, extend out. I'm gonna scoot back further. Extend out, sole the foot on the ground. Knee is as lengthened as it's going to be with your sole the foot on the ground. All right, from this centering piece, we're gonna start again. Let's go ahead and move to center here. Relax the shoulders. We're gonna inhale, open wide, look to the object. Exhale, bring it back forward and center. Switch hands. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, open wide. And exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, open wide. And exhale, center. Inhale, open wide. And exhale to center. As you come to center, this time, let's bend our elbows and see if we can press the forearms together. As we do this, pull that other leg in to that alignment again, still pushing our forearms together. And then while we're in alignment with our legs, we're going to extend back through the arms, through the elbows. You're not trying to have shoulders up here, so make sure that we keep them relaxed. So from here, let's go ahead and bring bent elbows. Try and bring it close to the forehead, but press those elbows together or zip up your forearms. Just trying to press together best you can. And then let's inhale back forward. So where my object is going is approximately my third eye space. And that's kind of what you're looking for. Or the forehead is just fine. You're pressing elbows, forearms together. And then you're softening and releasing that as you extend. We only have one more, so let's make sure those shoulders are relaxed. Hinge those elbows, bring it towards us, press the elbows and forearms together. Then release, extend through the arms. Whew, let's go ahead and put that spiky ball down. Roll through the shoulders a few times. Whew. And let's roll through the shoulders the other way. Nice deep breaths. Might be a little muggy today, so taking deeper breaths. Relax the shoulders. Remember the leg that we just got done. Let's go ahead and extend and work it through the ankle here. We didn't do it on this side yet. And then opposite direction as well. And let's go ahead and release that. You're now gonna grab your belt. So now we have the belt. We're just gonna use all our objects today. Let me get my objects out of the way. So today, belt, towel, tie. If you don't have one, don't worry. Sometimes the guidance of the leg works just fine. So if you wanna just guide the leg, you're fine to do so. If you wanna grab a belt, tie, or towel, I'm going to wrap my hand. So if you do, maybe wrapping the hand, you don't have to have it like me up to the knee. We're all shaped different, so we have different lengths here, but we are pulling elbow in towards the rib cage. We're going to extend that leg. It's dorsiflex. I'm going to keep a softness in the knee. My palm is facing upward as my elbow pulls in. The other hand could be just on the lap. We're going to inhale out to the side to start off with, noticing that the knee is still soft and that we could open up. Then we're going to exhale back. Now the next four, we're going to do something different. We're going to inhale out to the side, look over the opposite shoulder. And then exhale back to center everything. We have three more like this. Inhale, look over shoulder. Exhale, bring it all back to center. Two more. Inhale over the shoulder. Exhale, bring it back to center. Last one, inhale over the shoulder. And exhale, bring it back to center. Let's go ahead and release that. And if you're like me, you might hang on tight. So let the legs be back into alignment. Let's just shake off those hands a little bit, maybe shoulders and elbows. Whatever shaking helps release and relax those hands. I have death grip on mine. So maybe that's why we wrap it, so we don't have so death grip on it, but do your best. If you're using a belt towel or tie, again, we're gonna wrap it around the hand if you have that within, and let's bring that elbow in, palm up, other hand on supported leg, extend out, keep a softness, bend in the knee, keep the palm facing up. Let's inhale and first just come out to that first one. Notice the softness in the knee, and exhale, bring it back. Now we're gonna change that up for the next 4. We're gonna look over the opposite shoulder. Inhale. And exhale, bring it back. Inhale, looking over shoulder. And exhale, center. Inhale, looking over the shoulder. And exhale to center. Last one, let's inhale, look over the shoulder. And exhale to center. Let's go ahead and release, relax that. Now, I'm so excited to come back to something we haven't done, what I feel like feels like a long time to me. So we have options here. You can bring the feet forward. My knees are soft. Option 1 is to heel toe one of your feet more towards center. So think of center of the body. You just move the foot to center so that you can cross the ankle here. That way you're crossing at center. Knees are open, but what we want to do is go ahead and squeeze them together. Let's go ahead and inhale. Bring the arms just up to T-pose. So we're just going to come into our Eagles pose right now. Palms are upward facing. Your right ankle's over the top of your left. You're squeezing those inner thighs tight. Palms are upward facing, thumbs are back. Let's go ahead and inhale. Squeeze back a little bit. Let the heart open, let the chest open. Keep the rib cage edges pulling towards your navel and the hip points pulling towards your navel. Then let's exhale. We're gonna take left arm first, right underneath our right arm. As we cross, let's just give ourselves a hug. So you're grabbing shoulders and then you're hugging and squeezing those shoulders all the way up to the ears. As you gently release and relax, you're going to twist one direction. Doesn't matter which direction. And then we're gonna inhale back to center. We're gonna keep this relaxation and exhale, twist the opposite way. We're gonna do this just one more time on each side. So inhale through center and exhale, twist. Inhale through center and exhale, twist. Now, as we come back to center, inhaling, let's see if we can still have those elbows together and see if we can start to bring the palms together. So even if we have to kind of readjust here, we're looking for our Eagles pose. Our inner thighs are still locked. You didn't relax and let them open, so make sure you're squeezing towards center. Now the elbows are in center. You're gonna lift those elbows up off the chest here. Let's take 2 breaths. And you're gonna exhale and just melt the arms down. Let's go ahead and release the legs for a moment. And in fact, let's bring hip width distance apart, feet right underneath. We're gonna inhale, take it up and over, stretching. And exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, lifting back up and over through a lengthened spine, wide arms. And let's go ahead and again, move into your forward fold where you're just releasing to the lap or whatever that you can do, even if it's a flat back and you're using hands. Inhale, we're bringing it back up. We're gonna do this 2 more times. So it's just a nice raise up and a folding forward and over. Inhale, bring it all the way, lengthening up again. And exhale, last time the forward fold. Inhale, let's take it all the way back up. You can follow the hands this time. And as we exhale, we're just bringing hands all the way back down to the center of the chest. All right, from here, I'm going to extend my right foot forward and plant it. Now I'm extending it right to my center, so it's not to my hip alignment. I'm putting it right in center so that I can cross my left ankle now over the top. And as I do, I'm not letting my legs be lazy. We're squeezing center. We're gonna keep that contraction going on, squeezing those inner thighs. Let's go ahead and open those arms, T-pose, palms face up, thumbs out. We're gonna inhale, expand through the chest and shoulders by drawing back while still knitting those rib cage edges and hip corners in towards our navel. Let's exhale. This time it's right arm underneath left arm. And let's go ahead and grab our shoulders to begin with. We're gonna squeeze up. You're gonna allow the biceps to activate, the shoulders to activate, squeezing, giving yourself a tight hug, and then gently relax the hug, relax the arms. As we inhale, we're gonna twist this time. So inhale, twisting to the side. And exhaling to center. Inhale, twist to the side. And exhale to center. One more set. Inhale to the side. Exhale to center. And inhale to the side. Exhale to center. All right, from there, remember we're gonna come into the full eagle's pose here. You can always just stay right here if that's your eagle's pose today. If you want to, continue to try and keep those elbows connected and crossed as you bring palms together. And once they come together, see if you can lift those elbows up off the chest. We're gonna have 2 breaths here. And gently release and relax. All right, for the next one, I don't have a block. Okay, so we want to stretch a little bit more into these thighs, upper thighs, and hip area. This time I'm going to take the alignment of my leg, hip and knee. I am softening my knee. It is extended more so, but I am crossing that other leg over the top so that I can maybe have some leverage to pull it up. If you can, pull it all the way up so it's above that kneecap bone, and then if you feel the ankle bone, pull it slightly to the side so now the ankle bone is not on there either. Then from there, try and scoot that foot right underneath your kneecap. If this is possible, great. If it is not, it's gonna look more like this, and this time it's gonna be an openness on that side, and you're gonna be in alignment on this side. So it can be done the other way. If you're here with me, we're going to just sit nice and tall and allow this to open, because this may be just difficult sitting right here. So you might cup that knee, you might hang on to the ankle or the foot. Sit nice and tall here. We're gonna, as we're having the foot, let's go ahead and either move around in circles, one direction. So even if you're hanging on, you could still move that around. That means if it's further out, you can still move it around. You just won't be using hand. And then let's move it the opposite way as well. And then let's try and come into dorsiflexion, which means my hand is trying to bring those toes towards my shins. And then I'm gonna move it into plantar flexion, which my hand is over the top of the toes pointing, and I feel like I'm pulling my toes and my knee apart. Let's go ahead and inhale again, back to dorsiflexion. And exhale, pointing, pulling. And then let's just sit nice and tall, finding that our seat. So from here, you're gonna keep the head level. If you need to, sometimes I just take a thumb and just put it under my chin and put the knuckles on my chest to keep my head level. We wanna keep it at the horizon. Now from this point, you're gonna look as high as you can. Stretch the eyes, just the eyes, looking just as high as you can. You're gonna take a nice deep breath. And then soften, close, relax the eyes. Open the eyes on an inhale, back forward. Now this time you're going to take the eyes all the way down as far as you can. So you're looking down, you may see your cheeks, you may see your legs. You're going to take a breath here, straining the eyes, looking down. And gently close the eyes on the exhale, releasing that. You're going to release that hand as well. Let's go ahead and inhale, open the eyes back forward, and let's hang on to the foot, ankle, or knee. We're going to exhale with a flat back and just hinge slightly forward. Now we're really feeling it into that hip. Then let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen back up into our seat. So we're sitting back up. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips, flat back. Inhale, take it back up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, take it up. Pause here, we're gonna exhale. For the last one, we're gonna inhale and expand forward. So inhale forward. And exhale, bring it back. Now, some of us might be really feeling that. So let's go ahead and just glide that foot forward so we can slowly release that leg down. Once you release the leg down, bringing it back under, finding that alignment. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring our arms up and over, and we're going to exhale into our forward fold. Inhale, let's take it root to rise. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. From here, let's extend the opposite leg. Bring the other ankle, remember it's extending from that hip this time. Other ankle crosses on top. This is phase one. You could stay right here at option one. Legs, knees open. Option two, of course, is trying to grab that leg, bring it above the bony structure of the knee, bend the knee, find alignment, and bring it where that ankle bony structure is off as well, so it's flesh on flesh, where we aren't feeling any pain in our ankles or knees. All right, from here, let's sit nice and tall. Maybe grab an ankle and a knee. We're just coming into the breath. We're trying to relax the shoulders. We're trying to get used to this whole stretch happening here. And when you're ready, let's take that hand, if you have it available, and move through the foot. If you do not, remember, you can still move through that foot without using the hand. It's just something different to use. So let's go ahead and move it the opposite way as well. And once we move one more time, we're going to come into dorsiflexion. I'm bringing my toes close to the shins as much as I can. And then I'm going to pull it apart like knees to toes as I inhale and stretch and lengthen and plantar flexion. Let's go again. Exhale, coming to that dorsiflexion. Inhale, coming to plantar. Deep breaths every time. Let's exhale. We're going to come back into dorsiflexion. We're going to pause there though. Let's find either grabbing the foot, grabbing the ankle, and having a hand underneath the knee to protect. We're going to sit nice and tall, and we're going to start off with those hinges. Think of hinging at the hips, keeping a flat back as the heart moves forward as you exhale. As you take another inhale, you're going to take it back up into sitting. And exhale forward. Inhale, sitting all the way back up. And exhale forward. Inhale, let's sit up. This time, exhale all your air out. Relaxing. Now you're going to expand forward. Inhale. And exhale, back up to sitting. Releasing, relaxing shoulders and elbows. Let's go ahead and start to extend that leg again, having a softness in the knee so we can naturally just slowly release that all the way down. All right, from there, we're still sitting in our chair. We have our hip width distance apart. We're sitting nice and tall. You're just gonna come bring one hand to lateral side of the leg, other hand sweep somewhere to the chair where it's comfortable. Let's start off with squeezing the shoulders up to the ears, feeling that contraction and what it feels like. Then try to roll those shoulders back, down, and around, lifting up through the heart space, and find your twist looking over to the side. Let's find 2 breaths. After that second, last breath, you're slowly unwinding here. You're taking your time, And we're going to just move to the other side. So lateral side of the leg, grab a hold, sweep that other hand to a comfortable part of the chair. You might not be all the way twisted because we're going to shrug our shoulders up to the ears to see what that feels like in the body, to be tense. And then roll the shoulders back down, lift through the heart space, and start to find your twist, looking to the side for 2 breaths. And gently after that last breath, you're unwinding again. All right, while we're here, we're gonna do one more thing before we come down to Shavasana. I'm gonna add a blocker ball, something to support my legs with. And then from there, we're gonna work back into the eyes here. So we did up and down extremes. We're gonna go ahead, I like to use just a rolled up fist and a thumb right underneath my chin to let me know that I'm right at horizon. I'm gonna set my chin there and I'm gonna keep it there so that my face stays there, but take your eyes as far to one side as you can. Maybe you even take a thumb and see it wiggle there. From there, you can release that arm. You're trying to strain the eyes in some way, more of a stretch, not so much straining in a hardcore way, but you're definitely stretching the eyes to that side for just one more breath. And let's go ahead and soften and close the eyes for 1 breath here. So soften the eyes, take a breath. And now we're opening the eyes again in center. We're gonna take the eyes and stream them all the way over to the other side. You can take a thumb for a moment, wiggle the thumb to really get the eyes as far as you can. Then you could release, and you are trying to stretch the eyes to that side for just 1 more breath here. And from there, you're softening and closing the eyes, allowing them to recenter. Taking a breath, and then releasing and reopening the eyes. Now, if it made you dizzy or it gave you a slight headache, that is normal. The more we practice this at home, whether it be left, right, up, down, diagonals, or even around in a circle, it's good practice. So just letting you know, it's okay to feel that strain or a slight headache. It does go away. Let's go ahead and move that ball or block. And we are going to get ready for our Shavasana pose. So allow us to get ready and comfortable there at the office or at home, wherever you're at. Allow yourself to find a comfortable space, even if that means you're in an office chair, leaning back and still finding that comfort. You're coming into a relaxation phase here with a little bit of yoga nidra as we move through our 3rd eye chakra space. Let's get started. All right. Let's welcome ourselves here to our space. If you happen to be sitting on a chair with me, I'm just rounding the back, releasing my glutes, letting the back of my shoulders be held by that chair so that I can drop my chin towards my chest or neck space. I'm going to allow my palms to be face upward and just settling on my lap in a comfortable position, as I may even take the outer edges of my feet to rest on and let my knees be open and my feet be open. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can ground both feet instead of having the edges and still soften through the knees. If you happen to be laying back and down there at home or on an easy chair or couch, you're relaxing into it. You're allowing yourself to be held. Starting to take deep breaths here. As we take these deep breaths, we're moving through the 3rd eye space. You're imagining inhaling through the third eye space and expanding into the mind. Allowing the exhale to just release and relax the mind. The inhale expands through the mind, and the exhale relaxes the mind. Continue with this breath that moves in and out of the third eye space. Each breath expanding, softening the body as it relaxes. Expanding through the mind's eye, expanding through the body, and softening the body, softening and relaxing. Retaining our awareness at the third eye space. And as we are at this third eye space, we imagine on our exhales that we're dissolving blockages, distractions, any fears, any strain within the mind, and just releasing. As you breathe now, visualize this energy as a gentle wave washing over your third eye space. And as this gentle wave of breath moves through this third eye space, dissolving any tension away, it feels as if we are leaving this space clear and vibrant. Continue this focused breath of bringing this energy inward and expanding outward. And as you find this focus, breathing as you now visualize the night sky softening to a deep ink blue. And with each breath, you feel yourself diving deeper into the state of profound relaxation, into the state of openness to insight. As I release my need to control, my life flows effortlessly. As I release my need to control, my life flows effortlessly. As I release my need to control, my life flows effortlessly. As I release my need to control, my life flows effortlessly. And now, starting at your feet, noticing any sensations at the feet, without bias, without judgment, just observing your feet, your toes, and gradually move this attention to your ankles, observing while relaxing. observing any feelings or sensations that come up, and releasing on the exhales as you move into the lower legs. Again, observing, relaxing and releasing, connecting as we expand and relax our knees, releasing our thighs, our upper legs as they relax and soften, as we feel both hips softening, relaxing. Notice any tension or stress. If you find any, take a moment to breathe into that space. And as you exhale, let the tension release and dissipate. Continue to scan as you move into the pelvis region, allowing the lower back to relax. You feel the abdomen move with a breath of expansion and release. You feel the softness of the abs, the rise and fall, and the relaxation of the mid-back. You notice the rib cage that expands and releases with this rhythm of breath. The chest relaxes, the upper back releases. And on your next inhale, feel the air fill your entire torso. And as you exhale, release any remaining tension within your torso. And once relaxed and released, bringing your attention to the tips of the fingers. Awareness within your hands. Softening wrists, relaxing forearms, elbows, upper arms, and relaxing shoulders. Relax, connecting to the base of the throat, allowing any tension to release. Softening the jaw as you bring your awareness to the forehead that feels smoothed and relaxed. As you reach the top of the head, the crown, take a deep cleansing breath here. Feel the air, feel your entire body. And as you exhale, release any remaining tension out. Finding the rhythm of your relaxed breath. Imagining a luminous glow of energy emanating from between your brows. As you inhale, this luminous glow of energy moves inward deeper into the mind of the third eye space. And as you exhale, you're clearing away blockages, distractions, maintaining this attention of clearing the mind, of bringing peace to the mind, and making room for insight as you bring in spaciousness Feel this area becoming more activated, more open and vibrant to each breath. And as you activate this space, relaxing the mind, bringing in this luminous light, allow it to expand now through the entire body, emanating this soft moonlight glow from the center of your mind. And as you expand it gradually, notice any shifts in your physical or mental state. Allow yourself to embrace a sense of calm, embracing a sense of clarity. As you allow this luminous, glowing light to be connecting, to be relaxing, to be healing, and to be expansive as it encompasses your entire body. Feeling lighter here, relaxed and centered. Coming back to our Sankalpa, our silent mantra. As I release the need to control, my life flows effortlessly. As I release my need to control, my life flows effortlessly. As I release my need to control, my life flows effortlessly. I trust my intuition. And now slowly bringing that breath of awareness back online. Allowing this awareness breath to expand beyond the fingers and toes. Bringing movement back to the fingers and toes. Bringing movement back to the hands and feet. Eventually bringing movement to the head and neck. And once we find these little bits of awareness, movement, let's go ahead and extend and expand overhead. Finding that beautiful stretch. And exhale, you're going to soften, release. You can keep the eyes shut. You are giving yourself a hug. And if not, you're bringing those knees into chest and hugging the knees into chest as you allow yourself to rock gently side to side. Eyes still soft as you move to one side or the other in our fetal position. Taking a breath so that we can reopen the eyes, coming back. We're going to gently press our way back up. Coming back into our sitting position. And from there, thank you everybody. Yoga Nidra is complete. Om Shanti Shanti. I've trained you well. Namaste and Om Shanti Shanti. Have a peaceful day. Stay true to your intuition, release that control, and just flow effortlessly with the flow. Drink plenty of water today. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week. And next week, we're moving to the crown chakra. So if you want to know, the color is purple. It can be white. Purple, white, any kind of very vibrant, kind of ultraviolet color even. Have a wonderful week.